Hey everybody, I'm Heather, I'm the Bent Yogi, and this is day 2 of our January Yoga Challenge. I'm so glad that you are back today for day 2. This is a 15-minute practice this whole week, 15 minutes, and this whole week is only 5 days. So if you miss a practice, you have the weekend to make it up, or you can do another practice if you like. For today, let's get started again in Child's Pose. Coming into your Child's Pose, and like I said yesterday, if you have a mat, you can come onto your mat for Child's Pose, but if you don't have a mat, you can still practice with me. And as you set up your Child's Pose, you can take your knees wide, big toes may or may not touch behind you, but they can come closer together. Extending your hands forward, letting your head land on the ground. And if that doesn't work, then definitely, if you have a block, put a block under your head. You can put your head on your hands. Really nice to let your head land so you're not holding it up. It doesn't seem like a big deal. But when your head is supported, the muscles that hold up your neck get the message that they can soften. And then your whole nervous system gets the message that it can soften, that you can start to down-regulate or maybe even relax a bit. That can seem like a pretty tall order. So that's why I like the word soften. And that's part of what we're doing here, right? We're softening into this space. And we can use our breath for that. So go ahead and take a big breath in. And a long breath out. Breathe in. And breathe out. Remembering that you don't have to push or force your breath. Just shifting your attention to your breath. Giving more attention to your breath than to the stuff in your head. That stuff in our head can have a really strong hold on us. Right? So softening that hold by strengthening our breath, by strengthening our connection with our breath, really. Let's take another deep breath in here. And a long breath out. And do notice as you inhale, can you feel your lungs, your ribcage expand? And as you exhale, that gentle contraction releasing. Once more, a big breath in. And a long breath out. And from here, coming up to your hands and knees, your tabletop. Fingers spread wide. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Remember, you can put an extra layer under your knees. And if it works better here to make fists with your hand, you can make fists. So every day, we'll build on the day before, and we'll add in some new things, and we'll take it one day, one breath at a time. Building from the ground up here. Strong foundation. Extend your right arm lifted forward and your left leg lifted back behind you. Now, if it doesn't work to lift your left leg, you can drop the foot down to the ground. You can press out through your heel, or you can point your toes. I like to press through my heel. Connect through your core. Feel if you can draw your low belly in and up so you're strengthening through your center. And then you can extend out. Take a deep breath in. And a long breath out. Notice you've been holding your breath. Take a big inhale. And as you exhale, come back to your tabletop. Reset here. Take a breath. Set your gaze. That will help with balance. Now extend your left arm lifted forward and your right leg lifted back behind you. Makes a really big difference where you have your hand here. Right? If it's too far forward or too far under you, it'll throw you off balance. So taking your time, paying attention to your breath, paying attention to your foundation, strong through your core. Take a deep breath in And a long breath out. One more big inhale. And as you exhale, coming back to your tabletop. Let's move through a couple of cat-cows. On your inhale, lift your gaze, your chest, your tailbone. As you exhale, round your spine, tuck your chin into your chest here, lift out the shoulders. Moving with your breath, just move through a few of these. And if it feels good to add in some additional movement, side to side or maybe wiggle around, go for it. You have the support here and the space to explore and play around. Once more, a big breath in and a long breath out. Coming back to your neutral spine, walk your hands a little more forward, tuck your toes under, come on into your downward facing dog. Lift out of your shoulders, let your hips lift high, and remember, puppy dog pose, right? So sort of half tabletop, half downward dog is a great option if that works better for you. Let your heels soften. You can add a bend to your knees to give you some more room to lift. Just check in with your hands, fingers spread wide here. Now as you inhale, come on forward to your high push-up, your high plank. And remember, you can drop your knees down for a little more support. Strength and softness in your whole approach today. Take a big breath in, and as you exhale, press back to your downward facing dog. Inhale, come on forward to your high push-up, knees lifted or lowered. And as you exhale, press back, downward facing dog. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, come on forward to your high push-up, high plank, knees lifted or lowered. Strong, lifting out of your shoulders, your core is strong. Take a big inhale. Exhale, press back to your downward facing dog. Take one more deep breath in here. And as you exhale, make your way up to the front edge of your mat. Setting your feet, they can be together apart, but feel your feet and set your feet, soften your knees, and come on up to stand. Reach your hands up, a big inhale, and bring your hands to your heart. Here you can set your gaze, lower your gaze or close your eyes. And again, this is a great place to set an intention for your practice today, for this challenge this month. It is a challenge to get on your practice consistently, but you are up for the challenge, and I'm here to support you in that. Together, let's take a big breath in and a long breath out. On your inhale, sweep your hands up, reach up, and as you exhale, fold forward. You can soften your knees as you fold, let your head drop. Coming into your halfway lift, we'll take a couple of breaths here. Hands can be on your mat, on your shins, your knees, or your thighs. Pay attention to your feet. Feet are even. Heels, balls of your feet flat on your mat. Space between your toes. Come a little bit forward into the balls of your feet. Feel if that allows you some space to lift your chest and lengthen more through your spine. Strong through your core. Take a big inhale. Fold forward. Exhale. Inhale. Come on up to stand. Rise up and reach up. Moving through a couple of half sun salutations. Fold forward as you exhale. Halfway lift. Flat back. Inhale. Fold forward. Exhale. Once more. Inhale. All the way up from the ground. Lift up. Lengthen and reach. Fold forward. Exhale. Halfway lift, flat back, inhale. Now bringing your hands to your mat, stepping back to your high push-up. You can have your knees lifted or lowered. We're going to add in our low push-up, chaturanga. Shift forward and start to lower down to the ground. You can pause at any point. You can also come all the way down. Untuck your toes so your toenails are on your mat. Here you have a few options. You can bring your hands under your shoulders. Lift gently for a cobra, shoulders rolling back. You might slide your hands, arms a little more forward so you're on your forearms. This is your low cobra. If you like an upward dog, hands under your shoulders. Press through your feet and lift up. Shoulders roll back. Knees can be down or lifted. So a lot of variations. Lower all the way back down for a moment. Just let your hands rest under your shoulders. Here, let's take a breath in. And a breath out. And as you inhale, Go ahead and set up for your cobra, your low cobra, or your upward facing dog. Lead with your heart. Take a big inhale. Now as you exhale, you can bring your knees down, come back through a tabletop and into your child's pose. Take a big breath in here and a long breath out. Letting your shoulders soften. Take a big breath in and a big exhale. Breathe in and breathe out. And go ahead, walk your hands a little more forward. Tuck your toes under. Come on back to your downward facing dog. Just for a breath, take a big inhale. And as you exhale, make your way up to the front edge of your mat. As many steps as it takes. And if you're not on a mat, that's okay too. Find your halfway lift as you inhale. Fold forward, exhale. Inhale, come all the way up to stand. Rise up and reach, lift. Bring your hands to your heart. Take a big breath in. And a long breath out. So we'll move through one more of those full sun salutations. As you inhale, sweep up, reach up. Fold forward, exhale. Halfway lift, flat back, inhale. Bringing your hands to your mat, stepping back to your high push-up. Knees can be lifted or you can drop them down. Pause, set your foundation, shoulders over wrists. Take a big inhale, strong core. Shift forward, start to lower down halfway or all the way. Inhaling, coming into your cobra, your low cobra, or your upward dog. And then as you exhale, bringing your knees down and transitioning back to your child's pose or your downward facing dog. Let's take a big breath in and a long breath out. And if you're in downward dog, go ahead, come on back down to your child's pose. Again, letting your head land on the ground, on a block, or on your hands. Letting your shoulders soften. Noticing today how your body feels. Does it feel different than yesterday? Right, most of the time we overlook the shifts and the changes in our body. And there will be shifts and changes as you move through this challenge. Right, good shifts, good changes. Take a big breath in and a long breath out. Strengthening your connection with your breath here. Breathe in. And as you breathe out, allowing yourself to soften. Take a big breath in. And a long breath out. Once more together, breathe in, fill up. And as you exhale, empty out. This is the end of day 2 of our practice. Again, you can take as much time here as you like. Give yourself some credit for taking this time for you today. Day 2, you're on the right track. I'm Heather. I'm the Bent Yogi. Thanks for joining me today for this practice. Thanks for joining me for this challenge. Leave a comment below, subscribe. I look forward to seeing you again for practice tomorrow. In the meantime, take care of yourself. Take care of each other. I'll see you tomorrow.